Hey everyone, it is February 23rd. I am beyond excited for this call. We have Amanda Hendrickson speaking for us tonight. I'm super excited because, for one, she is awesome. She rocks her business and she's come a long way since when she started as a coach. She's been a coach for 5 years and she really started running her business the last 2-3 years and has just taken off. And so I think it's really awesome to see someone. I think we've kind of all started in that where we didn't hit the gates running right away, and it doesn't matter. Like you can run at any time with this business. So she has awesome social media. So we are asking her for some help in that area. And I can't wait to hear what she has to say. We went into NLC together. Geez, that was like 3 weeks ago already. It's crazy. And we just shared a lot of stuff together, and it's really cool to mastermind with other people. And we just decided that we would have some valuable knowledge to share with each other's teams. So I'm super excited to have you here, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and we can kind of go through them as we go, and have some time at the end for some Q&A. So take it away.
Yes. So I'm a total squirrel brain. So if I start reading the chat and then talking about it, I will try to keep it to the end of it. But yeah, so I'm Amanda. I currently live near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are a military family. Marcel's in the Coast Guard. So the last 3.5 years, we've lived in Florida, Michigan, New York, and now Wisconsin. In between that time, Marcel's also been in New Jersey and California. So we have been living out of boxes for a while. It's been interesting, let's just say that. But we'll be here in Wisconsin for a few years. I am a dog mama. If you follow my social media, you will see my dogs all the time. That's not a real dog. That's our fake dog. But we usually have dogs everywhere. Those are our kids. I'm a huge fan of Shaun T and Amwala programs. I like all things that are going to kick my butt. I am the founder of Team Rebel Babe Risers. So I just declared a team this year. I was part of Passion to Empower for so long, of course, still part of them, but my team went premier this year. So we just took off and our team is growing and we're having so much fun. And it's just been such an awesome experience to get to know my downline and just get really close with them. So quite the experience. So, all right, let me share my screen. Like I said, I have a lot of things that I'm going to be pulling up. So between my Instagram, and then I know some people had questions about my Canva and my emails that I send out. So it'll be all over the place, but it's fine. So let me share my screen. Yeah, my dog's tail's wagging. I'm surprised they're not sitting on my bed, honestly. Okay, so oh yeah. All right, about me. All right, so here's all of us at NLC, the coolest board ever at NLC. If you guys don't have that on your goal board for this year, throw it on there because NLC is such an experience. I can say there's so many awesome things about it, but just being able to hear the trainings and then come back and share it with my team has been absolutely amazing. I'm going to move this out. Okay. So tips on growing your following. So I'm going to talk kind of all things social media, but something that I've been working on is growing my following and having consistent new people coming my way, because obviously the point of this business is to invite and to share your journey with new people, to grab them and be on their journey. So you need to consistently have a following. This is all stuff you guys probably know, but a good reminder, obviously. So showing up daily and being consistent, you guys, there's a reason why it's on your tracker. And I have to tell my team, you might have the bad days. You might have the annoying days, the days that you think you're really boring, the days that you don't want to show up. But those are the days where I've gotten so many people that have actually talked to me. They're relatable. They can tell there's something that we need to have a discussion about. And people can totally relate when you're feeling blah and don't want to be there. They just can talk to you easier that way. Being on your Instagram stories. Are you guys Instagram story people? Because I love to share just my whole life on there. So being on your Instagram stories, speaking to your market. I'm sure you guys have gone over the 6 roles, but I have to go over those often. I'm not a mom. I'm not married. I don't have a lot of roles that people on my team do. So I was consistently stuck in the spot where, who do I talk to? And now I just think like my market is women who want to feel confident and sexy. And there's nothing wrong with just talking to moms and dog moms and anyone really that just wants to feel happy, sexy, and confident. Find other ways to connect. So I'll share with you guys a newsletter that I share bi-weekly with people through my Instagram, and connecting to people that aren't necessarily doing Beachbody with me, but being able to share Beachbody and sharing things that people want, recipes, anything for free, and having a way to relate to people that is not selling your business to them, because a lot of people are turned off by that, unfortunately, but you have to find another way around that, and that's by giving them an easy way to connect to your business. Create fun content and have killer pictures. This is something I like enjoy doing. I love having pictures that go together and good fun content that I can bring back in later dates that people can connect with. So one of the biggest ways to grow your following, and that actually my coaches have been doing this a lot lately, is by following places. Do you guys typically follow places on your search? You can follow not just areas, you guys. My coaches have been looking at like Lululemon, places in the mall where people are going to spend money and shop, because people are going to be able to spend money on your programs and products. That sounds silly, but sometimes I'm like, why are the people from the dog park not buying from me? And I'm like, well, maybe they're people that don't typically buy things. And so I had to go to different areas, maybe some of the nicer restaurants or different shops where I know people are spending money, and that'll be a little bit easier to talk to them about purchasing from me. Be human. I'll talk later about how awkward and weird I am with mine, but sharing with people my real life, like people think that my weird stuff is how they connect with me, so that's great. Knowing your posting schedule and audience. So I'll share in a moment my screen about how I plan out my days and plan out my content, even plan out my Instagram stories, but this helps me so much with growing my following if I know there's a specific holiday coming around, and how I plan around that, so that way I can have more people follow my hashtags based on the day, or like National Margarita Day or something of that content. And then eye-popping content. Okay. Oh, where'd my picture go? Okay. So creating bomb content. So finding inspiration from old posts. Like I said, I've been a coach for a while. So every morning I look at my memories, and sometimes I will grab posts from a while back and bring them to life again. I look at my memory sometimes, and there'd be 2 or 3 of similar posts from each year, but I was able to reuse posts and create it to be in my life now, but without having to like reinvent the wheel. Personal development. So I've been really loving grabbing quotes from the books I'm reading and throwing it in a Google Doc, which I'll talk about in a second, and being able to create posts from that. I have my clients or my coaches all the time saying, I don't know what to post. I'm like, well, did you do your personal development today, or did you do your workout today? And right there you can pull. I know Amala, when I was doing the work, I was always pulling content from what he was saying and being able to bring it back to life in a post. Same thing with my personal development. I forget, Get Over Your Damn Self, and I forget the other book I'm reading right now. I can't even think of the name of it. I've been circling and highlighting quotes that I love, and I'm like, this is so good, or just the way she says this is a great way to bring a post to life. And then other coaches or influencers. So something that I don't know if you guys have done before, and I'll show you, hopefully you guys can see on here. I just taught my coaches about this, but it's something that has been super helpful to me. So if I like another coach's or influencer's post, obviously I'm not going to copy and paste it, but you can recreate it. So I started saving. I don't know if you knew you could do this. Maybe I'm telling you guys this and you already know, but you can save posts that you find into different groups. So maybe if I find recipes I like, or posts I want to recreate, or photos I like, vacation pictures, you can go to the, we're going to do this nail picture, for instance. You can click on this save button and then put it in a group here on Instagram. So if you like a post and you want to, and you're at a loss one day and you can't think of something to post, put it into the post to recreate. And then I have content all the time saved up that I can bring back to life in my own words, but from someone else's post that I like. Okay, so Google Drive, this is what I was going to show you guys. Okay. My computer is so slow right now because I'm pulling everything up. Oh, come on. Okay, content that works for me. Okay, so I save posts that I like, or content that I've used before, or content that I like for other people, and I group it into different things. So I have coaching, invite to challenge groups, recipes, like daily life, all these different groups. And I will put the picture as well as the post in a Google Drive. So if I'm at a loss of what to say for a call to action post for challenge groups one day, I can go to challenge groups, and these might be posts from years ago that I've done or from someone else's, and I can kind of grab it from this Google Drive and be able to make a post with it. So I put it on Google Drive because then I can access it from my phone as well. But I have posts from, look at this, 33 pages long, from my people on my team that I loved some of their content, and I'm able to recreate it as well. Super helpful. As far as creating content to be organized, I told you guys I schedule everything. So I will make a content calendar for the month. And I also do that with my Instagram stories, not writing out what I'm going to say on Instagram stories, but what I need to invite to. So if I'm having a coach sneak peek next week, or if I have a group starting in a week, I know that, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every day I need to be inviting, but how I'm going to invite each day on Instagram stories for that specific program or group that I'm putting together, a free group or whatnot. Okay, back to, I have so many different things. Okay. I'm going to go back up to here. I told you guys also find other ways to connect via email. And I started creating a bi-weekly newsletter that I send to people. This can be something that is super easy and laid back, sending a recipe every week or something that relates to your business that is a freebie for people. This one that I'm going to show you guys, I did do a little bit of work on because I wanted to share about 10 rounds. But you can do this in MailChimp and put a link in your bio, and anyone can sign up for it. And you can say you send a free recipe every week or bi-weekly or whatnot. This one, I sent a week-long meal plan for freebies and told people that they can get weekly meal plans if you join my boot camps, as well as, oops, here it is. So this is the email I sent them. I just talked about life. I talked about NLC and what it is. I basically called them out, said, here for the freebie, here's your freebie. And I tell them, like what you see, this is the week-long meal plan. And then when it says let's chat, if they want to start getting weekly meal plans from me, they have to join my boot camps. This just goes to an email that we talk about things. If you guys haven't used MailChimp before, this is super easy to put videos and stuff in here. So if it seems like I did a lot of work here, it is super easy to do this kind of stuff. But you could send this out on a Wednesday and be like, hey, FYI, new program release. This is coming out in a couple weeks, and just share something about the program. And then this links to my sneak peek group where they can find out more information. And I also talked about coaching and mentorship. But this is a way to get to anyone who's following your social media to maybe transform them into clients of yours. Okay. So many tabs pulled up that I wanted to show you guys. Maybe I'll X out of those ones. Okay. Adding value to Instagram stories. All right, so you guys said you're all on Instagram stories, so that's awesome. I am so used to be on Instagram stories that when my coaches aren't, I'm like, why aren't you on Instagram stories? You guys, this is like the easiest way to share about your life and be funny and like invite to this business. But I said, if you're not smiling and having fun, you're doing it wrong. You guys, I am always really excited in my stories, and I'm positive that is why I have so many great coaches that have joined me, because they see the enthusiasm and the positivity from me, and my coaches have replicated like that. I grew 3 diamonds this year because they were ready to run the business because they saw me really excited about running the business. So make sure you're coming on there like just pumped about your business. Yeah, you're going to have days where you're not going to want to be like super happy, but always go in there like, not that you have to do another check off your tracker, but that you're showing up and inviting in a fun way and being excited about it. You guys probably know this. If you only talk about the business, it gets bland. People get excited about stuff you think is dumb, dead serious. Okay, so I had a mold problem in my house, you guys, and I was like, I'm not going to share this with anyone. This is so stupid. I cannot believe for like a week straight, the people that were messaging me about the mold that was in my like walk-in closet or the like coat closet. I mean, people just go crazy about the dumbest things. So sharing the things that you think are really dumb, people are going to love it. If I didn't have Marcella or the dogs in my life, like I swear nobody would ever follow me. So I consistently am sharing about them and showing my dogs off because people just want to see dogs. And then I said, if you don't invite in stories daily, nobody will RSVP. Always add an invite. Super simple. After your workout, like say like, did you get a workout in? Or even anything that'll get you a pull, or asking, do you struggle more with fitness or nutrition? And they can click one. Do you like workouts that are under 20 minutes or under 30 minutes? Like whatever you can create a pull out of that'll get people to click a button that shows they're interacting. That's an invite right there. That's a reason to get into their inbox. And like I say here, I invite everyone. If you're in my circle, in my social media circle, you're getting an invite. But once you're in my inbox, every conversation I have is super genuine. So Amanda asked me to talk about how I like make a connection with people. And this is something that I've really had to work on in the last year because I'm doing so many invites, but I don't want to be robotic about how I coach, because it's so easy to sign someone up and then be like, all right, well, here's your package and here's the nutrition plan. And then like, here's your group. And then just don't forget to check in. And then that's it. So when I finally have the conversation with them, before I send them any info or sending any, I'll show you my Canva in a second, and you guys might have seen it before. I ask about their goals. So they're going to say like, sure, send me info. And then I'm like, cool, before I send you like all this stuff, I'd love to get to know you. Could you like, let me know if any, what your fitness, health, or wellness goals are? And most of the time, like, it's simple, like, oh, I just want to like lose weight and feel better about myself. Okay, so right there you have a reason to go back. So if they ignore you or ditch your conversation, you're going to go, hey, whatever, Miranda, I know you're really excited about getting healthy and losing weight and feeling better about yourself. Like, let's get you back in touch with doing this so that way, you know, we can start you off. Because if you immediately send them information and they see it all up front, they're going to know everything, and there's no reason to get back to you like, hey, did you see what I sent you? All right, which one do you want to do? What package do you want to do? I see you say spit it all. I say, don't word vomit, let them talk. So this is something also I work with my coaches on, and I spend a lot of time looking at other conversations people have and saying, yeah, no, send them like a sentence or two back, let them have the discussion, and show up, you guys, like you are a 5-star diamond coach, and that this is like easy peasy to do. Like, you know exactly what they need. They need this, and all we need is your email and we'll sign you up. Because the more we're going to word vomit into them, the more they're going to like back away. I used to send a message that I had to send in 2 parts, discussing the whole challenge packs and what you get and what Shakeology is and what Beachbody On Demand is, and on and on and on. And then I wonder why nobody responded to me. And it's because they didn't even read the message because it was so freaking long. So now, let me find my Canva. Okay. So now I send them this, and I can send it to Amanda and she can give it to you guys if you want to edit and make your own. I edit this every single month to be something different, and it's super easy to do, but this gives my people all the information they need up front without me saying a word. So I tell them the name of my virtual studio, which is the Babe Bar. I tell them my story right off the bat so they can get to know me, and they'll probably go, oh, like we can relate on that. So they get to know me right off the bat. I talk about my virtual studio and what to expect. I talk about Beachbody On Demand and how they can do it anywhere, anytime. And I talk about Shakeology. I don't even have the performance line up here because most of the time I want to start them with Shakeology and maybe add on Energize to their challenge pack. But for the most part, people need to start with Shakeology anyway, and then they can move on. Anyway, so I give them right up front 3 different options that they can choose from. These are probably the best packages, I would think. I get a lot of people that actually really want the Obsessed Lift and Tone, so I named it that, because they have the portion control containers in there. But this gives them 3 options right there, because most of the time they're not going to go for the $235, but then they see all the options they get for $20 more with the Obsessed Lift and Tone, and they're like, okay, that's everything I need right there. And I discuss with them that they can get this package and do any program they want. But right off the bat, they know the prices, what they get. They visually are seeing everything and not being overwhelmed, instead of me saying, you're going to get bands, you're going to get sliders, you're going to get a calendar, you're going to get a nutrition plan, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's too much. So, and people like to visualize it too. They want to see what they're going to get instead of just hearing it. I also talk about the 2 different nutrition plans. And then I talk about the program of the month. So I'm transitioning right now to start talking about 10 rounds. And I make it fun and kind of like, all right, so this is like the new program release, and get them excited about it. And then I give the 3 different packages that I would recommend for that. And then, February, I just did a big, it made it a big month. This is just add-ons that we discussed in my challenge group. So I run it with a couple different people. So we called it Tough Love to the Core. I bought a program on Etsy, or a month-long meal plan on Etsy for like $20, and I included it in this. So they're going to get it when they sign up with me, and I split it with a couple girls on my team. So we all paid like maybe $5 for it. My friend Sam came up with a core workout plan. This is something you could literally go on Pinterest and then make a Canva like this, do 3 different, make it a week-long core focused workout that they have to repeat 3 times. And then it's a 3-week program. And we just made a little thing that looked fancy, and they get a 3-week core plan. I said opt-in daily motivational accountability affirmation text. Basically, I just asked everyone for their phone number if they wanted to be in it, and I would send them a message every once in a while. I don't even think I did it daily, actually. I just sent it when I wanted to, but I was always in my challenge group. And then this is just a client contract that I created a while ago. And it's fun when everyone sees this and then they get to sign it and they're really excited to start the program and they stay committed. And people just print that off and they're really focused to do their best that month. And then if anyone was joining me, I actually didn't do this month because I didn't have coaches joining to run the business. And to be honest, I didn't love this book, so we didn't get very far with that, but that's just because I am a terrible reader. Anyway, but I put together a book club for anyone who wanted to join me. So basically I was like, hey, if you want to join me in coaching and running the business, and I wasn't even buying the book for them. I was just like, hey, I'm putting together a book club. So if you want in, all you have to do is buy the book and then you can be in the book club. So it's not me like doing all this stuff for them. This is all stuff that like I had a little bit of spare time and put together. And people are seeing this. They're like, I'm getting this for free. All this for free. You guys, you can get the Beachbody On Demand link and just put this as a month-long meal plan. It's in the Beachbody blog. It's pretty awesome that we have access to all that. Okay. And then I say, but the best deal is joining the team. And then I think Morgan did this a while ago, so I used some of hers. And then favorite add-ons, and people will see this and then they're like, oh, sweet. So this is that like yellow drink you drink, or this is the collagen that you're using every morning, or this is the beach bars you always are talking about. And so some of the time I'll just throw on the Energize and say, hey, by the way, I added this to your challenge pack. You don't have to buy it, but I like probably would not survive without it. Literally, I drink it like it's water. It's pretty bad. But that has everything. So, and then how to sign up, it's basically like, hey, talk to your coach and we'll get you signed up. So that was a very long version of what I do when I talk to them. So then I send them that. And then most of the time they're like, you know, if they respond, sometimes I do get ghosted, which is annoying. But and then it's easy because I'm like, okay, what program did you, or what package do you like? It doesn't mean they're picking out a certain program. They're just picking out the package. So, and then I can help them pick out what program they want to do and what nutrition plan they want to follow. Why did I pull this one up? All right. Go back to this. Okay. I think that's all I had as far as this. Did you guys have any questions? I pulled up my Instagram for some reason, but I don't remember why. I think I was probably going to talk about maybe like fluidity and how that can like better content and better visual focus will bring more people to your page. I'm guessing that's why I brought it up, but I don't remember. All right, let me pull up the chat. Ruffles first place. All right. Obsessed package is such a good deal. And yeah, seeing the value straight to their face is like, how annoying is it having the conversation about money all the time? Like if I can just send it to them and then they can see it, then I don't have to worry about it. Specific system I follow when I schedule content. No, not normally. I could be way better about it, but I just kind of write it out based on what I'm focusing on. So right now I'm focusing on growing my team. I'm shooting for 5-star elite this year. So I need to bring more people onto my team. And so I'm going to share a lot more about the business. I have to, because bringing discount coaches on consistently isn't going to get me Success Club points or help me grow a team. Although it's great, I want people to know why they're joining the team, and I want to find people that are going to run with me. So basically right now I know I need a specific number of days to share about the business, and I throw a few things in between, like photos of my dogs or just fun things to get people engaged. But no, I basically just go on Google Drive and create a document, and I pull out my roles and I go from there with scheduling content, like my role plus how I can relate it to coaching.
So when you're posting right now, like your main goal is to be inviting to coaching, but like every single picture isn't going to be like, oh, this is coaching, this is coaching, this is coaching. It's still going to be like all of your 6 roles, but then all the ones that are call to actions are going to be to coaching.
Yep.
So
So there's nothing fun about consistently like saying coaching, like, and that would turn me off. I wouldn't want to be talking about that all the time. So sharing stories, like literally I was writing a post today about how a few years ago I dropped my phone on the floor and the screen cracked completely. And I was like, and I can't afford that. And that's because of the job I work right now. I just can't do that. And I was like, how can I relate this to a coaching post? How can I relate this to being able to have extra income to do that? I mean, I think about like this weekend, I was able to spend the whole, literally yesterday, we were like Bloody Mary and margaritas all day long. And I was like, Saturdays used to be me bartending all day long. How can I relate this to a post? So sometimes you just have to think a little bit deeper and telling the stories and relating to people, because people are just like when you talk about fitness programs and how you're in the best shape of your life, like people are going to be like, cool, good for you. Like I'm not there. And it's hard for them to relate to you being fit and feeling good. So you have to bring it back to when you weren't feeling great or what you weren't confident about. And bring it back to a level, bring it back to how you were when you began. You guys have other types of questions? I know I was like all over the place. I'm sure I had more that I was going to share, but.
no, that was really good. I was going to ask you, the email that you pulled up, was that for when you're getting people started?
Yeah, so I can share that with you actually, because this is something that we worked. So this is for new clients. And I'll show you, this is, we worked really hard on the email for our new clients because again, I want to give them everything up front. So I feel like I'm being a really good coach, and they can't like if they decide to quit doing their programs, they know it's not on me because I gave them everything. And I wanted to make sure they succeed. And I say that in here. I will care about what you want to make you happy. That's the most important thing. I'll always be here for you. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. Like I say this all in this email. I talk about everything on there so that way they know I gave them everything. I created a Getting Started Right guide. I'll pull it up. Okay, so I edit this again every single month to be based on what I'm doing. I keep these meal guides in here. This is something I bought off Etsy with my team a while ago, and I don't know, it was like $20 something, I think. And it's just a meal prep guide. So I'm giving them a meal prep guide in addition. This isn't something Beachbody gives them. This is something that I gave them. This new client contract is right on here. This core workout program. And then this is something we came up with, telling them how to get their Beachbody on demand, how to log in, how to use portion control, taking your pictures when you get your box. And then I literally haven't looked at this in so long. Yeah, your coach. Okay, this needs to be edited, obviously. So this is basically just a simple how-to for them. Now, as far as new coaches, let me just pull up an email because that'll be way easier. New coach email. Okay. So this is hefty, and I can send this to Amanda and you guys can look at this. We talk about getting into coaching, and then I'll click on this in a minute. Our welcome to coaching call, the first call you guys have, talking about the different groups we have, non-negotiables we ask of you, and then how to get into your back office. And then I put my phone number in there and let them know that I'm available. And then this goes into, okay, the business activity tracker, the social media guide that we put together. I can send that to Amanda if you want those. I don't know if you guys have that. I think it's in Julianne's group if it's in that. But the Empowerment Academy, this is stuff I worked on with a bunch of people, you guys, but this like helps people start off right. We put this together a long time ago, sharing how to get to elite, why build a team, the different ranks, benefits of becoming a coach. And then we go into here how to invite and how to invite to coaching, how to invite to challenge groups. Holy cow, this is so long. How to sign up, different scripts to use for them. And then a bunch of objections that we've heard before that, oh, cool, my computer's freezing, that they can kind of respond with and have a better idea. And then this is something I got from Danny, but easy setup for coaches, so that way they go through the online office, the setups, knowing how to reach Success Club, knowing the importance of Shakeology. This did take a little bit of time, but it's super beneficial to have for my new coaches. So this is all in the first email they get from me. And it's a lot of stuff, but it makes me feel like, okay, I've given them everything. They know how to log in their back office. They know where their coach ID is. They know what Shakeology and how to cancel their orders, how to get a hold of someone. So this is just all in their email.
I love that. I think it's so good to have all the information in one place, because we have access to all of this stuff, but it's like, ooh, where do I find that? Where do I find this? So I think it's so good to have that all in one place.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff out there, and I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed because I know I just shared a ton of stuff, but that's why like systems and scheduling and organization is like key. I mean, don't look behind me because I like don't organize anything over there, but it's helped me so much knowing that I have a coach email that I can copy and paste and send to someone and know that I'm giving them everything that they need, that I know how I'm going to talk to people every single time. I know what I say for my invites. I know what I say as far as a conversation wise. And I just feel more confident in the business just because I've kind of established different systems for that.
Yeah, and this is stuff that we can work on as an entire team. Like Amanda has really took off with this with her coach Erin, and they have a lot of runners on their team, and they all like split duties and do this kind of stuff together. So I think that's why their team culture is so close knit too, because everyone is like working on this stuff together. So don't feel like you have to like go and do all of this stuff on your own. It's systems that we can put in place together.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally lean on the girls for different things. Like they know my specialty is being able to create graphics and make something look pretty, but I'm not always great at the verbiage I'm going to use. So I'm like, okay, you figure out what to say. I'll create the graphics and you're going to schedule it or whatever it is. So we've worked together and we share everything. I share it in Passion to Empower, which is my upline. I share it with Rebel Babe Risers. I share it in a group I have with Amanda and other girls. We share across teams. Like we just want everyone to feel established in it. We all run the business differently, but like why not give what we know works and help other people be successful in it?
Okay, so do you guys have any like Instagram specific questions? Because I know none of us have thousands of followers on Instagram, so you have to have Instagram questions, right? Amanda has a bomb Instagram, so use this time right now to ask her questions.
My business is ran almost 90 something % on Instagram. I don't get shit on Facebook. I wish I did. My coach Erin gets nothing on Instagram, but she'll have like 700 likes on a photo on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't get it. So it's all a matter of what your social media is best. But if you guys have any questions on Instagram, I
have a question.
Sure.
How do you like make sure, I think a thing that like a lot of my coaches are struggling with is making sure there's variety. And you had kind of touched on how like you're at a season of your life where you don't really know what your roles are in terms of like this typical like mom, married.
Right.
I think that's super relatable. Like how do you still provide like variety without having those like 6 like specific roles?
Sure. I mean, that's something I definitely struggle with because I oftentimes am playing a comparison game with my other coach. I mean, like I said, my coach Erin just had a baby and I'm like, okay, well, I need to do something here because I need some content. But I also have to remember like I have to go back to what my role is: confident and like be proud of themselves. I need to do that for other coaches. So I share what I know best, I guess. I don't really have anything specific, I guess, but variety as far as you just have to dig into the programs you're doing, I guess, and dig into the personal development, and go back to sharing stories. Like I said, with the boring stuff, people get entertainment out of that, and people will be happy that you're being realistic about it. I had to stop like worrying so much about having those roles and just kind of share what was going on in my daily life because I'm boring. I'm a homebody. I don't do a whole lot. So I'm like, get excited when I can share a post that I know people can relate to. Favorite apps I use to edit your photos. I'm looking at yours. Okay, so post about the bats in your roles. Someone's gonna tell you exactly what to do. We'll give you their exact tips. So I have presets. Do you guys use presets on your photos? Okay. The preset I have, people love it. I've wanted to change it for a while, but people have said like, keep your preset. So make sure you find one that you really like. But that's basically all I do to my photos. And I did buy, let's see if I can pull this over. This thing on Amazon last week. It was $25. And yeah, there you go. I mean, it makes a world of difference when I'm doing let's see if I can. My photos have gotten a lot. My photos and videos have gotten a lot better with that. I guess, as far as apps and stuff, I just try to think of different pictures to take you guys. I really have nothing special to say about apps I use, but if you look at all my photos, it looks like I don't know, there's a variety of them, but I don't do anything special with apps. As far as like workouts and stuff, I've been using TikTok lately. I'm learning it. I don't really understand it. And Triller. I loved Triller. Now I'm liking TikTok. Going back to variety, sorry, now I'm looking at mine. Something I watched from Haley Christensen, or Christian, whatever her last name is. She always has a before and after photo every 9 pictures, or talking about a transformation. You guys, I have like 0 of a transformation, but I have to talk about it, and you have to share about your journey. And so like I literally posted one that's my most recent transformation, and the photos look absolutely exactly the same. And so I had to talk about why they're exactly the same in my photos. But using before and afters, or sharing your clients or your teammates or whatever it is on there, having transformation photos every 9 pictures is super important.
And I think you said it well too, like you're using a new app and you're learning how to use it. So it's not like you're just going to jump on your phone and you're going to be like Amanda good at social media. Like she has put in a lot of time and effort to get really good at this stuff, and watching videos of other coaches and learning how to make better pictures, how to create better content.
Yeah, you guys, so when I started coaching initially, like I was not going to get Instagram. I was like, absolutely not. I do not want to get Instagram. And my coach Erin was like, no, it's like supposed to be cool. I was like, I won't do it. And now I'm learning and I enjoy it. I like the visuals of it. I just think it's fun. I know everyone's obsessed with my dogs. Honestly, I tell you guys I tell Marcel all the time, I'm like, will you do stuff with me? Because people like you and the dogs on my Instagram. I look at that's what I was going to say too. Make sure you're looking at the times you're posting and your like insights, because I'll look at my insights and every single one of mine is either a photo of Marcel or of my dogs for my top liked photos. Every once in a while, there might be a few of me, but know what you need to post. Just like, I was talking about my friend having a baby. She knows that right now she's going to get a lot more followers if she's posting photos of a brand new baby.
Yeah, and you want to post those so that you get more people to your page. It's not necessarily like getting people to sign up, but you need more people to be seeing your stuff. And so you need to know what people are liking to look at, because then they're going to see those other posts where maybe they're seeing it but not clicking like.
Yeah, I get people all the time like asking about the dogs, and then they're eventually on my list to invite, and then they're on my list to share a cart or whatever it is. But bringing more people into your circle is what I say, and that's just how it works.
Okay, so one more thing I'll ask you, like you literally just started over, basically you did not have an Instagram when you started coaching. So how have you really been like intentional in getting your followers like up higher? Like what, do you have a strategy with following, unfollowing, or where you're finding people?
So right now, I think we're still eating pizza. Right now I am following hashtags and places, and I will follow a bunch of people, and actually they just showed a thing that says like people you're interacting with the least, so I know I can unfollow people there. But sometimes it's basically like I do a big following game, and then I'll kind of look through, and if I can tell we don't relate, like I'm not just going to add anyone because I don't want my numbers to be up extremely high, but I will go through it and unfollow like a group of people, like 20 at a time here and there that I just know we won't relate to. But as far as like I'll follow hashtags, I try to do the like 3-2-1 method or whatever it's called, like liking 3 photos, or I watch stories and comment on stories a lot. And I don't like sit and watch a ton of them, but if I find something, like if it's a dog, then I'll ask a question about it or respond to their story. So right there and then I'm in their inbox and we have a conversation going in the inbox. But a lot of the time I'm just doing my Instagram stories. I put hashtags in my Instagram stories, so mine are seen. They're just really hidden. You don't see them. What else do I do? I will follow, I'll go to Marcel's friends and follow his or Coast Guard family or whatever hashtags that relate to me. Not so much dog mom anymore because I feel like that's a lot. But I just try to think a little bit deeper into who I can follow. And as far as inviting, I look through my followers. So yeah, I'll invite the people that like my pictures. But I go to my followers and then I type in a letter or 2 letters, and then I just go on down and I have a really simple invite I send. And a lot of the time I get people responding to it, whether they're saying no or yes. But I mean, sometimes people ignore it, but I send a good number of invites a day and start having conversations. And I don't know how Instagram works with messages, but I feel like the more conversations you're having, even in messages, helps you be more social. I'm assuming probably because you're on their app longer. So they're going to think that you're using their.
I agree. I'm pretty sure it's part of the algorithm. I think I saw a video on that the other day.
That's something I want to learn a little bit more because I know it changes all the time, especially Facebook. But basically just showing up and being on your Instagram stories is the biggest thing right there and then, and having fun with it. Not just sharing to share, but sharing to give good content and be relatable.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and stop the recording.